Okay, I want to talk to you a little bit about the return to duty process. So, return to duty means somebody failed a drug or alcohol test and they need to get back to work. Now, this can mean a couple different things. For example, if it's an employee regulated by the DOT, like a commercial truck driver, someone with a CDL, okay? You can fire them if they fail a test, but they still have to complete the DOT mandated return to duty process, which we'll talk about in a second. But if it's not a regulated employee and you want to keep them, you're going to want to document what your return to duty process is for this type of individual. So, all right, so what does a return to duty process look like? Well, I'm going to talk about the DOT one because if you're going to do this for a non-regulated employee, you probably want to copy at least some of it. Okay, so first of all, remove immediately the employee from any safety sensitive work. Okay, so if they drive a truck, they drive a forklift, they work on airplanes, they do anything where somebody could get hurt, the employee or someone else, remove them from that duty. Okay, now they need to go see some employee assistance. Okay, for DOT they call it a SAP, a substance abuse professional, who is certified for this purpose. They will meet with this person. They will pay the fees. Typically, you make the employee pay for it. They have a lot of counseling. The SAP will have some recommended treatment. So this person has to go to the treatment facility, whatever is recommended. Again, pay for that. It can be a lot of hours. Once they've completed that program, they go back to the SAP or to the SAP, and the SAP will say, okay, you've completed all this stuff. Here's what I'm recommending. One, you have to do a return to duty drug and alcohol test. Usually it's both, but maybe it's just drug, okay? So that means under DOT, they have to go to a testing facility and it's a directly observed urine drug test collection. That means a same-sex observer goes into the bathroom with the donor to make sure they didn't smuggle anything in, make sure everything's legit. You might not do that for non-DOT, but it's required for DOT. So they pass the return to duty drug test and they can go back to work. So, but that's only the beginning. So, all right, when if they go back and start using drugs again? So that's where the follow-up testing program comes in. And under DOT, the SAP will recommend this, and you may want to come up with your own policy for non-DOT, but the SAP will require a minimum of 6 follow-up tests in the first 12 months. We have clients that are doing 12, and some of them include breath alcohol, some of them include just drug. They're all directly observed, and they are unannounced. It's, hey buddy, tap them on the shoulder, go test, or we'll take you there, or whatever, the testing guy is here, he'll meet you in the other room. So unannounced follow-up testing for up to 5 years with DOT. So here's something else that a lot of people don't really understand. Let's say you fire a regulated employee, a truck driver, for failing a drug test. That doesn't mean it doesn't have to go through the process. This driver is not eligible to work, to drive for anybody until he's completed or she's completed the return to duty process. So keeping this in mind when you're hiring a new, I'm going to say driver because most are FMCSA, but let's say it's a pilot or somebody who's regulated by DOT, a bus driver. You're hiring them. You don't know their testing history. So you're required as the employer to ask. You've got to ask the employee, and you need to ask former employers. And there's paperwork for that. We provide those to our clients, but they're freely available from the US DOT, whatever it is, the DOT.gov website. You'll find it. You can Google it, you'll find it. But this is really important because if you hire and use an ineligible driver, you as the employer are the one that is on the hook for it if you get audited and get caught. And starting very, very soon, as I'm recording this in January 2018, very, very soon, there will be a central database where all this stuff is recorded. So it's going to be upon us as service agents and probably on the employer as the ultimate one responsible for making sure that you're using people who are eligible to perform safety sensitive work. So At In-Out Labs, we help our clients figure these things out. If the SAP says you've got to do 12 tests over the next 12 months and 6 the next year and 8 and that, we will help you schedule those things. We'll schedule reminders. It's ultimately your responsibility, but we do our best to make sure that you stay compliant.